Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kim Barrett Show. I'm your host, Kim Barrett, and on today's episode, we're diving into what is the best type of Facebook ad you should run. Of course, if you need any help running your Facebook ads, head over to our free Facebook community, www.joinmygroup.com.au. But until then, let's jump into the show. Now, one of the top questions I ever get asked is, Kim, what's working right now? What ad should I run? Is it a still image? Is it a video? Is it a this? Is it a that? And my answer, unfortunately, is probably going to infuriate you. It depends, right? It depends. Absolutely. Because a lot of the times it depends on, are you good on camera? Do you have a good editor? Is the photo good? Is it clear? There's so many different things that can come into play that the answer could only be it depends. Now, look, are there benefits to doing certain types of ads? Absolutely. And I'll touch on that in just a sec. But if you're someone who's running ads at the moment, you should be testing anyway. The best answer a marketer can ever give you is test it. So if you're someone who's only done image ads, use video ads. If you're someone who's only done video ads, test some still image ads. Each and every single one has a different use case. And now look, there's a reason why I prefer video at times. And look, if you can and you're confident on video, I would definitely do it. But for me, it's a double benefit because yes, sometimes I can get an improved cost per lead by using a video, potentially. Now, but the thing that I really like to look at is how many people watch my video on top of the people that actually opt in. Because I might run a video and I speak for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, talking about what I'm trying to get someone to do and take an action for. And only a small portion of the people that watch that video will go through. And now the other day I actually pulled out the stats because I was speaking to a group of people about this exact topic. And it looked like this. I got 175 registrations for a masterclass. Cool. Not too bad. On top of that, 600 people watched the entirety of that video, which was roughly 90 seconds to 2 minutes. 600 people watched the entire thing. So there's another 400 plus people that know me a little bit more, hopefully like me a little bit more, maybe trust me a little bit more than they did before. But 30,000 people started watching the video to the first 25%. And 300,000 people started watching the video in total. They might have watched it for a few seconds and skipped past. So for me, that extra benefit of all those people knowing me has a huge level of importance to me in the long run because that's building know, like, and trust factor. That's enabling me to build a little bit of an audience of people that are understanding who I am and what I'm about. They're not just like, a random image. Oh, cool. A random image of someone on a boat or whatever it might be. They're actually getting to know me a little bit more, and they might not opt in this time. They might next time or the time after that or the time after that. So for me, what I always look for is how can I get the best longevity out of the assets that I'm using? How can I get some really lengthy contributions from people where they're spending time with me? Because the more time I can get people to spend listening to me, then they might go and check out this podcast. They might go and look at YouTube. They might go and do something else. And that to me is one of the huge benefits of running video ads. So again, I'm not going to say that you should do one or the other. I'm going to say that you should test between them. And if you test between them, that's where the benefit lies. And then a lot of people will be like, but Kim, how long should it be? All this sort of stuff. I'm like, look, a great mentor of mine was asked the question about how long should a video be. They said, there's no such thing as too long or too short. It's just too boring. People will sit there for 3 hours, 3.5 hours through the latest Avengers movie and nearly pee their pants because they're watching it and they're so enthralled. But people will scroll past in 15 seconds if your TikTok is rubbish. People will skip past your reel if it's rubbish and they don't like it. So yes, attention spans are shorter. So short videos do work. But if someone likes something, they will watch and consume long form. They will watch and spend a long time with you. But it depends. Is it too boring? Right? Sometimes I feel like I'm being boring. My podcast, I'll shut it short. If I don't have the most enthralling guests, if I can't get a good conversation, we won't run the full length of time that I would normally run. If I'm talking about a topic and I'm like, I'm bored myself with this topic, I don't want to talk about it, I'll shut it down. Hence why sometimes people go, you put short content out a lot when it's yourself. I'm done with that topic. That's all I need to say. If I say anything else more, I'm going to bore you. I speak for exactly as long as I need to get the point across. And that's what you should do with your ads. You shouldn't be trying to meet someone else's minimum criteria for what your ad needs to be like. You need to test for yourself, see what works for you, and optimize it. Do more of it. Improve it. That is what marketing is all about. And when it comes to ads, it's just about testing things. And probably the thing that you think is not going to work is generally what works. For me, I trial the proven processes and methods all the time. And a lot of times those ads don't work. They fall over, they fall into a heap, nothing happens, right? It's not a good time. So I would encourage you, test more, trial more, and don't just listen to me or someone else who's saying you should do an ad like this or like that. See what works for you, what works for your process, what works for your business, for your market, and do more of it. Test more of it. That's all. Until next time, I'm Kim. Y'all have been awesome. Adios.